most people, when they start a home-based business, they check out the competition. Yes, that's right. They look at the competition and they look to see what the competition is doing, what the competition is charging, and how they are running their own thing. And they now, based on that information, they now price themselves low because they think that they will get more customers that way. Today, the consumer is really concerned. They're concerned about inflation and the decreasing power of your money. Inflation. Now you've heard in the news, and I'm sure you've seen for your own self, cost of living, prices of petrol going high, your electric bill is high, utility bills high, cost of food high. All this is beginning to sink in rather slowly to many people. But the thing is, they don't really know or understand the impact it's going to have on them, and even when they'll start to see that huge impact. The best pricing strategy maximizes on profit and revenue. If we've not met before, hello, my name is Gospel Edophilia, and I guide young adults that are managing invisible disabilities, unseen disabilities, to move away from leading an unhealthy and disorganized financial lifestyle to a healthier and wealthier lifestyle. And I do this by sharing videos just like the one that I'm about to share with you. And we talk about different things to help them to start to lead an exceptional life. Today, I'm talking to you about how to price your service for profit, even when there is an inflation. How do you do that? Now, here is the thing. When it comes to experiencing the effects of inflation, how do you know when it is happening to you? Yes, you might be seeing it in your petrol or gas prices. You see those prices that are double what it was last year. But as a business person, a small business owner, perhaps now you're not really experiencing it. You're not really feeling it yet. And that's okay, because this type of situation, the people that will experience it most, the impact, that they'll see it the most, and now should start giving you a clue to start getting that stuff is coming down at you, are the big companies. The big companies, when you start reading things like they've lost clients, maybe they're what they are doing in the world, they're not making money and stuff like that. So when you start hearing those type of news, then just know that as a small business owner, you have about maybe 6 to 18 months, you can't tell, before you now start experiencing the impact. So I'm saying that the big companies will experience the impact fast. So check this out. If, let's say, they had 100,000 clients and 10,000 of them walks off and say, no, we're not using you anymore. That is big number for them. if you're a medium-sized company and you have 10,000 in your books, and maybe you have 50,000 in your books, and then maybe 10,000 or 5,000 leaves, you also feel it. As a small business owner with maybe 100 people as clients and 10 leave, you won't experience it as much as these big companies. It will take a while before you start to see that. And this is where you're at a good position to position yourself for success and start putting steps in place. Now, what causes inflation? There are a lot of things that cause inflation, and one example that is most recent will be the pandemic. So many people lost their jobs, companies got shut down, closed. It was not a pleasant situation, right? And people were struggling. People are still struggling. And the some government chose to print more money. So let's say, for instance, in a government reserve, perhaps maybe they had, I don't know, 100 trillion, 100 trillion in their reserve. And they're like, oh, this is not really going to be enough. People are suffering, and they printed another 100 trillion. So you have 200 trillion. But the value of your money has gone down. This is where we are at now. That some places are experiencing this situation in which their cash is not buying them as much as it was sometime last year or even 2 years ago. What does that mean for you? When we talk about cash is now being devalued in inflation, what do you do? I'll be sharing with you 3 things that you need to consider putting into action, activating really. And the first one is this. Many people at this time will choose to diversify their portfolio, like what they are providing, service-based small businesses. They might say, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this so that we can get all these clients and all of that. That is not what you should do at this time. What you should do is to aim to specialize. Aim to specialize in something that you do really well. Now, in my program, I normally go through this process with them to find out what exactly they enjoy doing, and it gives them more profit. Narrow that down and promote that. So rather than spreading yourself too thin and trying to offer all the things, you need to look for a way to specialize. Yes, perhaps you might be saying to yourself, the competition is fierce, and yet you're in a red ocean. If the competition is fierce, there are loads of sharks around. What you got to do is be in a blue ocean where you are just the one swimming, or maybe there's one or two people swimming gingerly with you. You are specialized in what you're providing. And the beauty of that is you can charge premium prices when you choose to really specialize in it. So all the services that you provide, do a SWOT analysis of them. a SWOT analysis, the strength, the weakness, opportunity, and the threats. Do that. And once you found the one that you want to focus on, that you enjoy doing, and you know that will bring you more money because there is a higher profit margin with it, then promote that. The second thing to consider doing is you need to activate. Okay, here is the thing. During seasons of inflation, consumers tend to be quite selective. They tend to be really selective. And you know how I said to you that some big companies, they lose their clients. So now you've got people that use big clients, use big companies to provide them a service. They are now out here looking for another provider, right? So there are two things that many consumers, the behaviors really are us as consumers. So there are two types of consumers, shall I say. So you have the ones that will look at cost and the ones that will look at quality. Now, all these other people that have left the medium-sized to big-sized companies, they're out here. Some of them are looking at the cost. Some of them are looking at the quality. Many of them had their various reasons for leaving those big companies, right? This period might just be the stick that broke the camel's back, because perhaps they've been thinking of how to leave them, but they did not know how to, and now they just had enough and they're in the market now. So they are good people to start to target, right? To market to. People that value cost more, people that value quality more. Where do you place yourself? That's one thing that you now need to now consider. There are two ideas that I want to pose to you. Now, I'm really trying not to talk economics here, but I've been hinting on it. But there is this concept called price elasticity of demand, and it really does come in handy in this type of situation. But I'm not going to go deep into that. But basically, what I'm just trying to get you to see is that you need to decide for yourself if you're going to go down the route of increasing your price and keeping quality the same. I actually recommend keeping quality the same regardless. Either go down the route of increasing your price. Now you might say, oh, but gospel, if I increase my price, I will lose clients. You want those people to not be in your life, basically, because sometimes they're the ones that give you the most headache. So looking at either increasing your price, or the second concept that you might want to consider is the one that I termed, well, if you research it, you'll find it's a lot of companies do it. Have you noticed one time, I think it was yesterday, I love snacks. I snack a lot. And I noticed something with one of the snacks I got. I noticed that it was small. It was smaller than normal. I was like, what? But the price was the same. That is shrinkflation. A lot of companies do that, in which they'll keep the price the same, but they'll reduce the weight. Now, is that something you can do? Keep the price the same and then provide less of the service? not not reduce your quality, but maybe instead of having like a 1 hour session, maybe you say 45 minutes and it's the same amount, or whatever you choose to go with, right? So you could either increase the price or shrinkflation. Now, the third thing that I want you to think about is, because you can do all these things, you can specialize, right? And you can choose to either activate increasing your price or shrinkflation. You can choose to do all that. If your finances is disorganized, you would just be wasting your time. So this third bit is you need to organize your finances. You came into business because perhaps maybe you had debts, for example, and you felt that having another source of income will help you get rid of your debt a lot quicker. So your personal life has debt and you chose to open a business. That is another entity right there that will need all the things, well, most of the things. Though maybe utility, paying for office and all that if you went down that route. Paying yourself, buying stock, buying software. You've got all that. And then you have your life, paying your bills, putting food on the table. If your finances is disorganized, how are you going to know how much you need to run your business so that your business funds your lifestyle that you so desperately did not like before you started the business? If you started your business out of passion because you had a hobby and you loved the hobby and now it's now business, is that funding your lifestyle of maybe you want to travel, you want to have time with your family and friends? Is that funding it, or are you resentful of your business? If you don't organize your finances, your personal finance and your business finance, all the things that you're doing are just a waste of time. So you've got to organize your finance. And this is something in which I get my clients to do. We do a deep dive of their finances, personal finance, and then look at how the business can fund their lifestyle. And for a long time, I've been looking for a good software to use to help them to automate everything, because automation, oh my goodness, automation is the best thing. And I found it and I was so glad, and I shared it with them. And actually this is in a beta phase now and it's only by invite only, but my clients, but they are my clients, so they've gotten the invite for it and they are loving it. This new money management platform, it can help you basically get out of debt quite quickly because of the way it is. And even the one that many of my clients they like is the one that in which they get to make money as well out of it, because if they send it out to other people, their referral link, they get a commission from it. Organize your finances. Know what is coming in. Know what is going out. If you want to start leading an exceptional lifestyle in which your business is profitable, I invite you to, you can get the checklist, create your exceptional life checklist, where it works you, there are 7 things that you need to check, do it step by step. If you've not done them, you put those in place. Step by step, walk you through if you've done them, and if you've not done them, what you need to put in place. And it's free. You can get that for free. And you know, I talked about how do you price yourself, price your services for profit even in an inflation, and start leading an exceptional life. 1, you need to specialize. 2, it's either you increase your price or you install shrinkflation. 3, you need to organize your finances. Those are the 3 main things that you need to go and then look into doing and installing in your life right now to prepare you for when you start to feel the pinch. And the thing is, if you've installed all this, if you've activated all this already, and you've sorted out your finances, you know how much you need from your business to fund your lifestyle, to be in the positive, right? Move towards the positive. If you start to put all this in place, when the whole thing kaputs, you will be at a good position. 6 to 12 months time, start doing all this now. Prepare for it. If you're not feeling it yet now, that's actually a time for you to say, okay, let me get my stuff together and get all this sorted. Now, I encourage you to get the checklist. It's free. You get the checklist and you walk your way through it. If you've got any questions, I'm going to put all my details in the description, and you can reach out to me and we can have a discovery call, or just a quick 15-minute conversation if you want to know more. But I encourage you to start managing your finances now and activate all the steps that I have shared with you. Specialize, look for a way to specialize, and consider whether to increase your price or go down the route of shrinkflation. Until next time, I'm wishing you ongoing success. I've been Gospel, and you take care.